Bricky Nation, how's it going? If you are looking for a quick synopsis, summary of the Protect Brickies plan for the school city of Hobart, you've come to the right place. Just like SportsCenter has a top 10 and Netflix has a top 10, here's your top 10 for the top 10 ways to protect brickies. It all starts with number 1, which is taking the pledge and being organized. So I pledge to protect brickies. Protect myself, protect others, and protect our Hobart community. Now, if I'm you, I might say, well, how do I go about protecting brickies, right? How do I go about protecting myself, others, and the Hobart community? Here's what we want to say. Remember the 3 W's. You see them right here. Wear a mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. What else? Use a checklist of things to bring to school daily. Why? In order to prevent the need for dropping off items. Here's the thing. In order to protect myself, others, and our Hobart community, to protect brickies, visitors will be restricted. Number 2, know the symptoms. As you can see here, the symptoms include things such as congestion or runny nose, a fever of 100.4 degrees or greater, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, sore throat, muscle pain and fatigue, chills, and last but not least, a new loss of taste or smell. I want you to check out the gold box here. It says students and employees will be excluded from on-campus instruction if they test positive for COVID-19 or exhibit one or more of the symptoms of COVID-19 based on CDC guidance that are not otherwise explained by medical history. So you might say, well, what might that mean as far as not otherwise explained by medical history? Examples of that include something like, let's say that the student has symptoms that aren't related to COVID-19, such as a cough that is as a result of allergies or migraine headaches. And you might say, well, how would I know that? Again, rely on our medical experts, right? So family healthcare providers may need to provide additional assistance in determining that. But last not least here, you see students' attendance must be reported in Skyward, and COVID-19 symptoms absolutely have to be reported via email to nurse@hobart.k12.in.us. That takes us right over to number 3. Number 3, self-screen and report to the school in Skyward. So in Skyward, parents will need to report the conditions when calling off a child. Parents will utilize the absence request section in Skyward to do so. Parents will have options to select the symptom or symptoms as explained above that the child is exhibiting and or will have an opportunity in the absence request section of Skyward to explain such symptoms as they relate to a known medical condition. As a reminder, I will let you know that the absence request section in Skyward, we will have further correspondence and tutorial on how to utilize that feature in Skyward. How about number 4? Number 4, parents and guardians must communicate information to the school when symptomatic or exposed to someone with a COVID-19 positive test. So whether one has those COVID-19 symptoms explained above or exposure to someone who has tested positive for COVID-19. Again, those have to be reported to nurse@hobart.k12.in.us. How about number 5? COVID-19 symptomatic or positive test exposure requires return to school rules. And so what you see on this graphic is provided by the Indiana State Department of Health. It's a really helpful 2-page document that provides the different scenarios for, as you can see, a positive test or a negative test and what the protocols are for returning to school. We have a separate cast that takes a deeper dive into those different situations. Go check that out. Number 6, Practice good hygiene. So teaching the importance of not touching your face, right? It's one of those W's. Teaching and reinforcing good hygiene practices like hand washing, using hand sanitizer, covering sneezes and coughs, and remember, keeping one's hands to self. Teaching the proper use and removal of masks. Don't touch the mask, like not touching your face, right? In removing the mask, not from the front, but from the sides of the mask. How about number 7, mask usage? So important. So, teaching the importance of wearing a mask goes back to our pledge, right? Staff and students are required to wear masks as instructed, and masks are used when moving in the school, like entering, going through hallways, talking face to face, when in large crowds, and so forth. How about number 8, social distancing? Adhere to safe social distancing practices. Think of it as that 6-foot rule of thumb, right? And follow all safety instructions and signage as posted. You will notice in all of the School City of Hobart buildings that there are signs everywhere to help with these reminders and provide such guidance. How about number 9? Number 9, food services box and online payment is preferred. And last but not least, don't forget on those bus stops and bus travel, all of which require masks to be worn. Last but not least, Johan said it best, plans are subject to change based on guidance from state and local authorities. And we will last say this in closing. Please remember to visit www.hobart.k12.in.us/protect brickies. And so that's all we have for you today. We thank you. And remember, we are pledging to protect brickies by protecting myself, others, and the Hobart community. Thank you and stay well.